Hello YouTube, it is Chris here, and in today's episode we're going to be doing a full test and review of my ultimate 134 piece Micro Plus survival kit. So stick with me. Welcome back everybody, and thank you for sticking with me. Like I said, today we're going to be doing a full test and review of my 134 piece Micro Plus survival kit. So for those of you who follow our channel regularly, you know we teamed up with Go Prepared Survival, Exotech, and a military government contractor to design our very first commercially available, professionally built micro survival kit. And without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. Starting on the outside is a 32-ounce bag that you can use for water collection and water boiling. We wanted to make sure that every ounce of this kit you can use is useful in a survival situation. Opening up the kit, this is the contents you get. You get the Exotech fire sleeve, the original emergency space blanket, the meat and potatoes in a military lock sack bag, your Frontier water straw, military speed hook trapping kit, and you get a full-size pack of Sear Strips. Now, as you can see from the contents of the kit that we designed, 98% of the items are sourced either in the UK, Japan, or right here in the United States. The only two items that are imported are the Fresnel Lens and Signal Mirror. They come in a pack. There's actually no really good US manufacturer for those. So if you can't get over those two items, I really can't do anything for you. So before we dive really deep into the kit and go over everything, we have the Exotech fire sleeve. We love these because they hold a full-size Bic lighter in here, but it creates it to where it can float and it's completely waterproof. And that's a really big deal out in the elements because water and high winds are a very, very, very bad thing when it comes to trying to get your fire started. The next really big thing that we really want to talk about is the emergency space blanket. We wanted to make sure you could have something you could wrap around you if you find yourself getting wet and your clothes are all messed up. You can warm yourself up by the fire with the reflective properties inside the blanket. But additionally, this thing is gigantic, and the good thing about that is because of its subdued outer layer makes it a lot thicker than the traditional cheaper Chinese knockoffs. But the good thing is you can use this in an emergency to build a lean-to shelter in any configuration you so choose. We used the contents of this kit to actually build ourselves a primitive shelter, and we actually came back about 4 days after we built the kit and realized the shelter was still in place, and that was a really good sign to us, letting us know that the emergency space blanket can deal with some rain and winds, because we actually had a rainstorm that come through at that time and everything was still 100% good to go. Now additionally, you get the Acme Frontier straw. We like this straw because it's very compact, but it also has a lot of good things going for it, especially because it's designed in the US. It's designed to handle all those really weird, nasty bugs that are in the water. Now, obviously, you don't take this to salt water. Not gonna work. This is fresh water only. I hope I don't have to clarify that for most people. But for anyone who's new to the channel who doesn't really know anything about the outdoors, be clear, only use this in fresh water. Next, we have a full set of Sear Strips. We love these things, and as you guys saw in an individual review of these we did, we were able to break this entire kit down to 96 pieces of individual tinder that will burn for an entire minute. Now, if you have limited resources and you really need to get a fire started in a quick, fast, and in a hurry, you can take this and put this down in a TP fashion, then use the special cotton you have, break off a little piece, and that thing will burn for up to 3 minutes to give you all the time you need to get a really good big fire started. Now, another really important thing about the meat and potatoes of the kit that we're gonna dive into, and we're gonna just spread everything out on the table here in a minute, is the lock sack bag that the meat and potatoes of the micro part of the survival kit comes in. This thing is airtight and waterproof, and that was very important to us to make sure that the contents are protected against the elements. So when you have this in your pocket, your glove box, your book bag, your cargo pocket, wherever you decide to keep it, you are good to go against the elements. Like I said, high winds and water are not your friend in the outdoors. So when everything's fully displayed and fully out of the packaging, this is what it looks like. This is designed to have the absolute essentials in an emergency situation where you can't have a full bug-out bag with you. This is designed to give you an oh crap, let's get out of Dodge kit or get back home kit, regardless of the situation you run into. We've already touched on the emergency spice blanket. We absolutely love it. Next, we have the original, the real DermaSafe knife. We wanted to make sure you had a good cutting implement that you could use for light duty to get a few things done. And it was very imperative to make sure you have a cutting tool outside of just the wire saw. And the DermaSafe knife pretty much cuts anything you need to light duty. It's not going to be good as an everyday carry knife, which is something we hope you already have on you, but as a backup tool and an essentials kit in case you got nothing, this will do in a pinch. Then moving on, we have the Fresnel Lens, which is really freaking awesome. These credit card Fresnel lenses are freaking amazing. We like them because they're very lightweight, they're flexible, they can kind of take a little bit of wear and tear without really distorting their value and their usefulness in the outdoors, and they are really good on a sunny day to get a fire started. Then we have this signal mirror. This is a really nice one. It even has instructions on the back, so if you don't know what you're doing, you'll still be good to go, and that was really important to us. And these, like I said, these are the two imported items, but they are really lightweight, and if you decide to want to take it out of your kit prematurely before you run into a situation and stick them in your wallet, they come with this nice little carry case, and it fits in your wallet perfectly. Next, we have our first aid kit, which is pretty freaking amazing. We've got sting relief, we have sunscreen, we've got bandages, we have antidiuretics, we have electrolyte stuff, we've got pain relievers, we have triple antibiotics, 4 bandages, lip guards, pretty much everything you need for a very basic skincare and ouchie boo-boo kit that you would need for short term in the outdoors. Next up, moving forward, we have the Acme Tornado Whistle. This wasn't a whistle I was actually kind of skeptic about. You've seen us test this whistle before, but we tested it again for quality assurance purposes, and this is a 117 decibel whistle. This thing is freaking loud. This is the same whistle they use in the FIFA soccer tournaments by the referees, and if it's loud enough to control that kind of crowd, it's definitely good enough for you. Next, we have a kerosene Japanese-made button compass. These are the absolute best button compasses you can get on the market. These are not the cheap Chinese knockoffs. These are filled with kerosene, and the reason why that's a good thing is because they have the highest flash point and the lowest freezing temperatures of any of the button compasses on the market, which means in a wider range of environments that you could find yourself in, this will still be very useful even in extremely hot temperatures and extremely cold environments. Next, we have 25 feet of Type-C military cordage. This has a test strength of 100 pounds, if I'm not mistaken, but we love this cordage because it's really, really thin, really, really lightweight. It fits right in that lock sack bag really nicely, but it gives you plenty of cordage in a short-term situation to boil your water. Hanging it over in a tripod formation. You can use it to set up a shelter. You can do the tent stake tie downs, and we were able to do everything with a single 25 strand hit. So we were able to build our shelter, do our tent stakes, do everything we needed with just this one hang. Next, we have 10 feet of brass trap wire, which is really good for setting any types of snares, anything you need to in an emergency situation, and make sure you check your local laws before you be doing anything like that. And next, we have a wire saw. We love wire saws, and as they stand alone, we're going to be very frank with you, they're not the greatest cutting implement for long things. However, you use the wire saw to help you create a bigger bow saw, which is what we have right back here. My son created one very similar to the one we have here, and with this tool, you can use that to process larger pieces of wood and create a bigger super shelter if you find yourself in the outdoors longer than expected. Moving to the bottom of the pile, we have the military speed hook. This thing is freaking amazing. It comes pre-manufactured with braided fishing line, which is absolutely awesome. You can use this in a variety of situations, whether you use it connected to a tree branch, so if you're going after squirrels, birds, or even fish traditionally in the water, this will help you set the trap really quickly. And that's exactly what the speed hook is designed to do. So once an animal, a fish, is taking the bait, the whole design of this spring system is to connect to this split ring on this end and the hook on the other. And when they come together, they create that spring tension. And that spring tension is essential. And what that does is once that animal or that fish starts taking the bait and pulls down on it, it rapidly deploys that in, instantly sinks it down into their mouth, so they are trapped, hooked, and ready to go. And especially in the fishing situation, it makes you and your chances of catching a fish much greater. Additionally, you have 6 dehydrated baits, which are awesome. You just put a little bit of water on them, they become stinky again, and they're really good to catch and put on the end of your line, especially when you're catching fish. And then we have this little tool right here, which is essential for that little piece right there that connects to the split ring. And that little piece right there, you can use it if you're going to do any type of ice fishing up north. you can loosen the tension so the fish will actually grab it and they'll sink in a little bit easier. But if you're going to be in a heavier current in a flowing river and you want to make sure that it doesn't just prematurely spring on you and kind of ruin your chances to catch a fish, you can actually tighten it up just a little bit to make it just a little bit harder, so when that fish grabs and starts pulling on the bait, it won't be snagged on by anything, loose debris or the current of the water. We already touched on the Aquamirror Frontier straw, but we have 2 zip ties. We actually used the zip ties when we were creating our shelter that you saw earlier, but you can use these for a variety of reasons, for anything really, and we love them because the zip ties are freaking versatile. So if you ever need them, they're right there with you. As we're moving toward the end of the line, we have a lot of this duct tape. Duct tape is freaking amazing. You can use it for a variety of reasons. It's good for repair of your shelter. So if you do catch a tear, you can patch that up. If you get any tears or issues with your clothing, if you need to use this in a first aid situation, you're good to go. But additionally, even better, what makes this so much better is you can use this in conjunction with a lighter or fire steel, and this is tender on its own. This will burn really well as it stands. As we already touched on the Sear Strips, and we're so glad we got a full retail size of it in our kit, which is freaking amazing. We have this. This is the NATO issued. Yes, the actual NATO forces are issued this exact fire steel and striker. And this fire steel is absolutely awesome. This one showers down a lot of sparks. It does its job, does what it needs to. And when you run into a situation where the Fresnel Lens is not working and you either run out of fuel or the lighter isn't working, the fire steel won't let you down. All in all, this is our entire Micro Plus survival kit, and we are so proud of this kit and how well it was put together. And the biggest positive for us is this is proudly made in the United States by a veteran-owned company and ourselves here at DropForgedSurvival. We're really excited to be able to bring this to you guys. And if you want to support this channel, support our family and everything we have to stand for when it comes to supporting U.S. business, definitely drop down in the video description to the link where you can buy and order your DFS Micro Plus survival kit so you can be ready just in case shit hits the fan. But that just about does it for now, and if you enjoyed our full test and review of our 134-piece Micro Plus survival kit, definitely give this video a big thumbs up and share this out with your friends and family in your social media networks so we can keep growing, thriving, and making awesome videos for you guys. But that just about does it for now. Hope you guys have an absolute wonderful day. I'm out.